What was daily life like under the Greek military junta? What was daily life like under the Greek military junta? From 1967 to 1974, life in Greece was dominated by a regime that imposed strict control over nearly every aspect of society. The military junta, led by a group of right-wing colonels, suspended democratic institutions. This created a police state where political dissent was not tolerated. Citizens lived in a climate of fear, where even casual conversations could lead to trouble. Surveillance was a constant part of life. People were always aware that they could be watched. Political gatherings or demonstrations were banned, leading many to avoid discussing sensitive topics even among friends. This atmosphere made everyday interactions tense and cautious. Civil rights were almost non-existent. Thousands of individuals were arrested or imprisoned for their political beliefs. Many faced torture or harsh treatment at the hands of security forces. The legal system was arbitrary, with laws applied unevenly. This meant that those in power could act without fear of consequences. The media was tightly controlled. There was no independent press to report on abuses or challenge the regime. This lack of transparency reinforced the sense of powerlessness among the population. People had to navigate their daily lives under the threat of punishment for any perceived disloyalty. Despite this oppressive environment, the junta allowed some social activities. Rock concerts and cultural events were organized, but they were closely monitored. Any political expression was strictly forbidden. Photography in public spaces was also banned to prevent documentation of the regime's actions. In the broader context of Southeast Europe, the Greek junta was part of a trend of authoritarian regimes during the Cold War. Western powers, particularly the United States, often supported these regimes for strategic reasons. This external backing complicated Greece's internal political landscape and delayed the return to democracy. The junta's rule ended after a military defeat in Cyprus, which discredited the military's political role. This led to reforms aimed at restoring civilian control over the armed forces. However, the legacy of authoritarianism lingered in Greece's political culture for years. Daily life under the Greek military junta was marked by repression and fear. The regime maintained control through constant surveillance and suppression of dissent. While some social activities were allowed, they were heavily regulated. This period serves as a reminder of the challenges faced in the pursuit of democracy in Southeast Europe.